first, let's bring you our business news now. I'm joined in the studio by Yuka Roya. She's starting with a stellar market debut in Japan. Yuka, this involves Asia's oldest underground train network.
Well, Stuart, if you've ever used public transport in Tokyo, you'd know how complex.
Once.
You have?
Yes.
Well, you know then.
It's impossible to follow.
Exactly. Yeah. It's very, 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 very difficult to find your way around these complex networks. But it is also impressive. You can spend almost an entire day in underground towns built around stations, and trains have TV screens. On Wednesday, Tokyo Metro, which operates 9 lines there, listed its shares on the stock exchange, and they rocketed around 45% on their first day, raising more than 2 billion euros in Japan's biggest IPO in 6 years. Tokyo became the first Asian city with an underground train link in 1927. Since then, it's expanded into a sprawling transport network serving the capital and its suburbs.
Yeah, an amazing story. What about the markets? How are they faring then, Yuka?
Well, Tokyo's Nikkei, though, didn't have a great day overall, finishing down 0.8%, while the rest of major Asian bourses rallied. As you can see, European markets opened on a weaker note, with London down 1.5%, Paris flat, and Frankfurt down 0.2 percentage point.
Now, the economy is, perhaps not surprisingly, the biggest issue for American voters as they head to the polls in less than 2 weeks' time. Even more important, though, perhaps in Nevada.
Nevada's economy was particularly hard hit during the pandemic, and as it's dominated by the hospitality industry. At one point, unemployment hit a staggering 30%. Although tourists are now back, residents are still struggling in this key swing state where Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are neck and neck in opinion polls. France 24's Wasim Kone and Loic Piela sent this report from Las Vegas.
With 40 million visitors last year, Vegas is back. But even with the odds in their favor, small businesses are struggling.
We used to get ribeye $8-9 a pound of a good prime beef of cut. Now we're up to $15-16 a cut.
Antonio Munoz owns a popular Mexican restaurant home to his signature ribeye tacos. Inflation has hit him hard, and he believes neither candidate is doing enough to support businesses like his.
You don't really hear much. You might hear something about, providing some type of money to assist in opening up a small business. But existing businesses, we're still paying the same amount of payroll taxes that any other company is paying.
In this tip-driven region, Donald Trump's proposal to remove taxes on tips took the hospitality industry by storm. Weeks later, Kamala Harris proposed a similar plan. The largest union in the state endorsed it and her, but warned it wasn't enough.
This is not going to win Nevada, the issue of tips. What's going to win Nevada, we think, is tackling the price of goods and food, gas, and housing and taking on the cost of living, but this is a piece of it.
You can see, my man,
the housing market is feeling the squeeze too. Las Vegas's boom has pushed rent up more than twice as fast as wages.
We have a lot of institutional buyers as well buying homes too. So they come in, they buy 50, 60 homes, and now we don't, the first-time home buyers, they get, kicked out of the competition.
And interest rates aren't helping either. They're currently over 6.5%.
I would say that probably Donald Trump would lower the interest rates more than Kamala would.
Polls show 56% of Nevadans trust Donald Trump to improve the economy, compared to 41% for Kamala Harris.
That report from France 24's correspondent who went to Las Vegas to find out and talk to people.
Thanks very much, Yuka. Yuka Roya there with the business news here on France 24.